welcome back. Thursday show with Dominic Lowry and the Conservative MP Raymond Chishley. And for our last phone-in, which is a few minutes away still, I wonder if mock exams matter. I can't actually remember mine. Do bad results inspire you to try harder, or maybe throw in the towel? 027 173 5555, the number. I wonder if you get good results, does that maybe only encourage you to coast through the next 3 months? Right now they were asking if the things we hate are actually the things that bring us closer together than things we love. We told you yesterday about this free dating app, Hater. Hater that matches people not by the things they are, but by the things they loathe. There are more than 2,000 subjects that flick up on the app, and if you see one you hate come on your smartphone, say Donald Trump, then you swipe down, and after you've made about 20 odd swipes, the app will show you potential matches near you who share your antipathies. Experts reckon knowing that someone, say, hates 80s music or adult colouring books tells you much more about them than the traditional dating site nonsense where users share common interests like, oh, I like travel. I mean, who doesn't like a holiday?
Of course, yeah, no. There's a lot of commonality in hate, you know what I mean? And it also can reveal your values, I think. But the idea of a hating app
we got together on Hater.
Yeah, it's not very romantic, is it? You know, the idea that, you know, what do you hate? Oh, I hate them as well, let's get together.
It's for hookups, it's not for romance.
Oh, well, okay, well...
Are they different? Are those two things different?
They're using the sat-nav thing, aren't they? So it's who's near you.
Yeah,
so
hates.
They are near close, so I can get there in 5 minutes. It's that kind of app, isn't it?
Can I just say as a married man, I have no idea what Larry's talking about.
Not do I.
I have to agree with Dominic. I think that if you've done a bit of dating, as I have done over the years...
Yes, you have.
Thank you, Matthew. It's quite difficult not to become jaded and bitter and twisted. And unfortunately, with this app, you start being jaded and bitter and twisted. Because, you know, I've sat across from men who spent the entire evening whinging about their ex-wives, you know, I have one guy...
I've never gone out on a date with Larry.
No, he hasn't. Lucky escape, wasn't it? And I remember one guy who insisted that I prove to him that I really was not a size 22. Because I never believe anything you say. He wanted me to take a picture of myself to prove...
Before you met?
Yes, because he wasn't willing to waste the time to meet me for a drink in case I was 3 sizes bigger than he thought he was. And I've had other men who will go through the bill and they will split it absolutely because they feel that women have taken them for a ride financially in the past and therefore they're not. That's not going to happen to me again. It's the bitter, the nasty way they do it.
Do you think that actually the things that we hate, mutual dislikes, do bring us together?
I think they might in friendship. I think it's a really bad idea for a first date.
Okay. I was going to say, just in defence of the app.
Bad karma, man.
When we were playing with it before we came on air, every single suggestion of things you like or hate that came through was, I would say, fairly inane. It was, you know, I mean, you can see that Apple nerds, tempted Chick-fil-A. I mean, it's who cares?
Yes, I think you should be able to create your own things, perhaps, rather than having to do the prescribed ones. Actually, come up with some more original ones of your own. That tells you something about a person.
What happens in a lot of relationships is you start to hate the same.
Someone I like them.
You hate each other.
You start to hate the same things in a relationship. You soften each other.
Raymond, do you think there's anything in this?
Do you know horses for courses?
Yeah.
And I
still loves company.
Yeah, but do you know what? I think sometimes if you look at the point where it's things that you dislike, can you live with that? And if you dislike certain things, can you overcome that and for a secure relationship? And I think there's an argument for this.
You made me think there, because I can remember Mrs. Wright and I, we were bonded by a lot of things we liked. Yeah. I do remember camping loomed ominously. She wasn't very keen.
So if there's something there that you think you dislike it, but can you live with it?
Yeah, or persuade the other person that they actually really like it.
Yeah, and I would say, look, at the end of the day, if you've got Tinder, which I know people have used.
I've heard of it. I have some Tinder.
From what I hear, what people have used is you flick through. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
How did you meet your girlfriend?
We met through friends.
Okay. We met through friends.
But I think at the end of the day, if you're going to have different choices out there, people should be able to meet with someone whoever they want. If it's like choices that you like or if you dislike, but at the end of the day, you know what? If it's a matter for you, go for it.
What does our audience think? Do we love to hate?
Yesterday? No, I'm not really one that loves to hate, but I do believe that hating things is a good way of creating a great debate. So you get to know people better through...
Let's say you hate One Direction. It's not going to be a great relationship if the person you meet loves One Direction, is it?
No, it's
So if
not
you both hate One Direction, at least you know you're going to have some great nights not going to One Direction.
That's it, but you get to get all these things out of the way, so you know before you get into a relationship your dislikes and your likes. It's a great way, as I said, it's a great way, hating things to get, well, knowing what both you hate together.
Do you think it's better than knowing what you like? Oh.
Yes, actually, because it creates a better debate. You can really get things out.
I'm persuaded by this, I have to say. And on the other side, Shane?
I used to think that I used to hate a lot of things, but really I got to realise that I don't really hate them. I just kind of like them a little bit less.
I'm with you.
Yes, I kind of like them a bit less. But when you've got somebody who potentially shares the same interests as you do, I think it actually can create some kind of harmony.
Do you think, though, because I'm with you, as I get older, I definitely am less angry and less hateful and more accepting.
Really?
Yeah. Shut up.
Wow. Who saw that coming? You've been told. You want to see him off air?
I say to people, I've mellowed, and they go, really? I think, yes.
I think you have.
I think you have.
I think you have. I just wondered that in priorities, so rather than starting by choosing someone with all the things we love at the top of the list, the things that we're less keen on, do you think that would be a more effective way of finding true love?
I believe so. It might not work for everybody, but I believe so. I mean, as we mature, we begin to see things a bit differently and process
Sorry, I
things
just saw this brilliant new website called Not So Keen.
Well, just take it or leave it.
Not that many fish in the sea. Slightly old sugar daddy. Aspartame daddies. Let's go off and make money, Larry. Instead, we're going to take a break. And thank you, by the way, audience. That was wonderful. Now get back to your gutters. For our last phone of the day, we're asking if more... Welcome back. Last bit of this morning's show, where Dominic, Larry, Raymond, and you at home are going to share your thoughts on mock exams. 0207 173 5555, the number. Just before Storm brings you the emails, Raymond's just dropped a bomb here. You've just told me you are not on the property lab.
I'm not.
Politician, not on the house.
No, but you know what? When you come from a modest background, I remember when I was doing my barrister's training, I was getting that West Bank to get a professional trainee loan out for $15,000 to be a barrister. My barrister didn't have the money, and then you worked at Tesco's and to get the money. So when I was a member of Parliament the first year, I was still paying back some of what I had borrowed from those days. So I'm in a position now where I could look, having got the deposit after 6 years as a member of Parliament, to then do it.
Forgive me for being so flabbergasted, because I guess I've fallen into the pit of thinking, Tory MP, you're all going to be...
Not at all. I think I used to
We've been cynical as well, Raymond. We spoke earlier. Your girlfriend is a surgeon, right?
Yes.
You need to marry her, mate.
Well, I'd rather if you don't.
I'd rather marry her because I love her rather than want to learn it. You never mind love, marry her.
I'll tell you what.
She would like to hear that.
There are a lot of people watching this show that will be, I think, quite surprised by that, and will also be thinking, please speak up for people in rental property and indeed the homeless.
I think that's why when people say you don't know what it's like, you go through it, having gone through it, and you know how hard it is to get.
You must be the only Tory MP not on the house.
Well, I think at the end of the day, you come through life experiences. There's probably others who are well off, but also there's a lot of Labour MPs who are very well off.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and some of them in social housing. Used to be MPs. Amazing. Thank you for sharing. What have we got in terms of emails?
Well, we're going to head right back to the top of the show where we discussed MP's Brexit debates. Was it a waste of 60 hours? Martin on Facebook says, I honestly cannot work out what's happened over the last 2 weeks. The only thing that seems to have happened is Labour has conceded to everything the government has said, leaving Labour as a very weak party. At the end of this, we have no amendments and no clear solutions. What a happy bunny. But Colin says the debates were essential because they were about following the democratic procedure, which is important at a time when institutions in other leading Western democracies are under serious verbal attack. The Brexit referendum might have been advisory, but nonetheless it was the will of the people, another pillar of
I take the point, it's a real insight into democracy, isn't it? Our democratic process, that at the end of 2 weeks, 137 bill is exactly the same at the beginning of the process as at the end.
Yeah, it's just kind of red tape we need to get through that we as Brits like to go through.
I guess so.
Now on to, does the refugee U-turn shame Britain? plenty of emails on this one as well. Paul on Facebook says, we should not bomb somewhere that we're not prepared to help the innocent victims from. Sure, do all the anti-terror checks, but kids are kids at the end of the day, and we can mould them into what we want. Not too sure about that last part, personally. But anyway, Gemma says, the countries in the Middle East who can least afford it, Lebanon, Turkey and Iraq, have taken in millions of displaced people at great expense to themselves. It's a shame, Britain, we haven't. It's a shame, Britain, we haven't done more.
I'll just make that clear. We do, as Raymond points out, we give away millions and millions of pounds.
Yes.
And actually a lot of it has gone over there to look after refugees on the Syrian border.
But I think what Gemma's talking about is letting them come here, and she says that will reflect through history, which only time will tell. Now on to dating by hating. It is an interesting concept, isn't it? But like, you know, if you didn't like camping might be okay with the right person.
That's exactly what I mean. So it's not foolproof.
No, Charlotte says the problem with dating apps is that people will try and pick the right answer, not the answer that truly reflects themselves.
Yes,
just like on Facebook, where people only post what they want people to think of them. It's so true, actually. And you're best just to say exactly. If you don't like camping, just say you don't like camping. Yeah. Otherwise, you'll get a camping fanatic and you'll be miserable for the rest of your life.
Can I give you a little tip about speed dating? If you're ever speed dating women out there, if you do speed dating, the men tick every single woman just in case, and the women tick no.
I tried it.
The women tick only the ones they actually like, but the men just tick anything going.
Can I just say that people who do camping are good at erections?
Oh.
I'm just saying.
I've never been camping.
Oh, there you go.
But I've been speed dating, but I didn't tick everyone. One time again.
Sorry, Dominic?
That's all right. I was a really...
Any more? Done?
On that note, that's your lot.
Thank you, Storm. So the last phone-in, it's quite a tricky one for us, because asking around off camera, no one can actually remember their box. So we're taking a plunge in the dark. Do they matter? Are they worth all the ag, the nerves, the late-night swatting, when ultimately teachers are frankly just as well placed to assess your academic abilities without those exams? Hundreds of thousands of young people have been prepping and fretting their way through mock GCSEs, A-level standards and higher. Schools don't have to set mocks, but the majority do. And staff say they motivate pupils. They give slackers a kick up the backside and lead to improved grades when the exams proper start in May. Maybe they're right. 8 out of 10 students do better in the real thing, but you could say with 3 or 4 months extra revision, they might have improved anyway. Mocks are based on past papers and are carried out under exam conditions. It's been decades since anyone said exam conditions to me. Teachers reckon they're a good way of preparing for the real thing. You know, get started on revision early, pinpoint your weaknesses, make mistakes ahead of time, experience the pressures of the exam hall, learn how to cheat. Just saying. But most 16-year-olds have already sat what is now 12 formal exams in their school career by GCSE, so do they really need more practice? Exam stress can lead to self-harm, eating disorders, even suicide, so can an extra helping of stress actually hinder their chances of surviving the real thing? And then you've got to ask, well, what happens with the data gathered from the millions of mock exam results out there? Next to nothing. I mean, teachers use them as a guide to predict what you're going to get, which is really only relevant if you're doing A-levels or highers and have an eye on university. So, Lowry, your eldest has been doing mocks.
Yes, I'm absolutely in favour of mocks for 2 reasons. One,
you were the one saying earlier, well, they're playing on their own computers.
Exactly. I'm in favour of anything that gets them off their computers and do some work.
Right.
Because the thing about mock is it is like it concentrates their mind, and for a parent it means rather than having to nag continually, you just have to do it in sort of sporadic bursts. Just in the 3 minutes before the mock, you are allowed there to be a real nag, and then you can back off and have a rest, and then get your energy up for the real thing and do it again. We know that your memory is improved by repetition. So the idea that you then have to learn everything once, and in your mock, and then you learn it again means your knowledge will be far better when it comes to the final exam. So I think they're really essential. Obviously, my son wouldn't agree.
I think they are essential because they're practice. Because I think education is now less about learning, more about just getting kids through exams. Okay, I think that's an increasing trend, which is bad. But I had a mock examination for chemistry, and I was 15. I was not a scientist at all. I wasn't much of an English student either, but I wasn't much of a student generally. But I got 96%, and I was thrilled.
Oh, thank you.
I did so well in chemistry. I was thinking maybe medicine for me. I was thinking maybe
There's a
medicine.
big butt coming, isn't there?
And I really almost delighted with mine. It didn't occur to me that I did so well because the teacher had provided us with the questions almost beforehand because he wanted to look good. The teacher wanted to look good. So I went with 96% thinking, maybe medicine, surgery. I got an E. I got a grade E. 2 months later, flat failed E. So, mocks are only good if they are.
Do you think if you had a bad grade, you'd have worked harder?
Well, I wasn't scientifically minded, so I couldn't have ever got into that sort of higher grades in science. But mocks they're a little barometer for where you're going in the world. But, lots of kids pass exams these days and are completely illiterate. So
I mean, it's fair to say that, Raymond, the teachers could just make an assessment for in terms of A-levels and higher.
They can make an assessment, but I think if you look at it the other way, they can also give you a reality check. If you're going through and think, you know what, I'm really good at this, but then when you do the exam and you fail, that's more demoralising. But if you thought you were doing really well, but then you took a mock as well, then you suddenly realise where you need to improve as well. I've got to say, for me, I got some of my best results in my final year at university, where I was basing on previous exam papers. And in my second year at university, I was doing student politics and enjoying life. So my tutor said to me, if you want to be embarrassed, you've got to get 2-1 or a first. I was on the board of 2-2 at the time, 2-2, 2-1. But 9 till 10 in the library in my final year came out with a first in most of those exams. But it was looking at past exam papers and preparing from what was going on. So cramming it in, but looking at past exam papers for me was my key to the success in my final year.
Okay. Let's throw it over to you, and yes, Simon, you will get a word, don't you worry, in the audience. With a microphone as opposed to just shouting it out into the space.
We've got Maggie on line 1.
Morning, Maggie.
Good morning.
So, mocks, any value?
Yes, I think so, certainly for me. I did leave school in the 60s, but I have done more recent courses. I did one on travel and tourism.
Right, good for you.
And we had mock exams, but we did them as homework, so you didn't get the stress and
that's kind of what I was alluding to by whether they're a waste of time. Is there actually any necessity to force particularly younger students into halls, all the sort of scary thing? I mean, how much training do you need to be scared?
None. We can all be scared very easily.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate having done the, previous exam papers sort of thing, and I knew the sort of format I was going to be faced with and the sort of questions. I think that was important for preparation.
Things about you're less scary the second time round.
Yeah.
So,
Desensitising yourself.
Also, you get used to
But kids have had 12 exams. They've already had 12 full exams.
One of the really scary things about the way the marking exams is some subjects now, there's a word for it, which is they actually, not only do you have to write the right stuff to get the mark, they take marks off if you put stuff in that's just not relevant. Even if it's true, they start taking marks away. So it's got worse.
Come on then, Simon, what do you think, our resident teacher?
Well, I want to say to students listening, exams are just a stepping stone. The further you get away from school, the less important GCSE results are, AS level, A level, etc. So get things in perspective. Schooling is about learning about resilience, creativity is important, ethical values, I would say, and learning to work with others. So there's many other things that are important about learning at school. Can I just say, as far as mocks are concerned, they're the bane of teachers' lives.
Okay,
I could not stand them for the simple reason they say, oh sir, we're not going to be in for the next 3 weeks because we got some study leave and they've got art mock exam that goes on for 2 whole days, sir, and then they come back from the art, oh sir, we won't be here next week, we've got CDT for the entire week. So you
What's CDT?
Oh, design and technology, craft design and technology. So you lose at the and also mocks come in either just after Christmas or just before Christmas. Either way, they're not interested in revising. They're thinking about Christmas. They do them in December.
What about, Raymond's point of past exam papers, and I do think perhaps, even though they've been tested many times before, that exam conditions notion, the clock, the serious teachers looking at you as if you're cheating.
Absolute nonsense. It is what it is. It's a major...
So you would be quite happy making an assessment on your students without a mock exam?
Matthew, I've been teaching A-level students, AS students, GCSE students for years.
And the audience is filled with all these homeless people that have drifted in here.
I don't need mocks to tell me that. It's just a major imposition, and it's so frustrating.
So you genuinely don't need them?
You don't need them. Get rid of them, because you lose about 5 or 6 weeks of a very short school year. I used to think, oh God, mocks, oh no, and you don't really start. And by the time you get back back into the course, they've forgotten what you've been teaching them in December.
What are we talking about again?
I forgot. I think get rid of pots. Get rid of pots.
And on that slightly confused bombshell, we better wrap up this morning show. Thank you once again, Simon. Your passion always shows through, by the way. Are you tempted now? I mean, having heard that, Lowry, take the pressure off?
No, I want more pressure on him, not less.
More pressure?
Yes, he's way too laid back.
Have you ever considered that being really good at video games? He's actually a really good career move.
Both of my sons told me that, and I said, yeah, it's the kid at the top of the class, the one who can do Call of Duty really well. No, he's not.
Listen, we've got to go. We are out of time. But first of all, Raymond, thank you for giving up your time. Well, there we go. They love you. It's really nice to speak to a politician who doesn't necessarily stick to the party line. Really appreciate that, and we'd love to have you back if you can spare the time.
Thank you for having me.
Larry and Dominic, terrific show. Really enjoyed our phone-in today. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Good bunch of people. There's really good stuff coming at you tomorrow for our last show of the week when Dan Gillespie sells, frontman with The Feeling, will be bringing you the headlines. As it will be Friday, we'll talk telly with Kevin O'Sullivan. As for phone-ins, I want to hear what it's like growing up with same-sex parents. We haven't talked about that for a few years. And we're also going to ask, you'll like this, Simon, if being late by 1 minute is actually being late at all. Until then, thanks for choosing us. Tati for some brilliant calls and messages. Have a wonderful day. I think you've earned it. And we'll see you at 9:15 tomorrow. Bye for now.
Well, if you've got something to shout about, why not join our live studio audience? Call us now on 0207 173 5555 or tweet us